everyone. Well, the last of the book things is finally done. The image and the cover and all of that. So let's go ahead and do an open read and just see what it's going to say today. I want to give these a really good ruffle shuffle first, and let's just see what the cards are going to point to. Man, Trump really made a mess of the meeting with Putin, didn't he? Nobody's happy with that. Even the Magatonians are not happy. Just roll over and play dead. Scratch my tummy! Oh my goodness. So the first thing out, it's about his dark government, his, definitely against worshiping the golden calf, etc. Nothing to do with genuine spirituality with this guy. Energy coming into it is what's being handed out. What we've got going today is a lot more arguments, fights, drama, challenges. This is a nightmare scenario. Potential outcome, what's being built, what they're trying to construct. Outside influence is going to be a new action. And, of course, running it all, his delusion. And guess what? His dark drama. Oh, my goodness, just keeps going. His abuse of power. Nightmare for him when it comes to justice. Charging forward with what's being built. And this new action. The wheel is turning. So, when it comes to his delusion, worshiping the golden calf, yeah, for him it's all about living the high life, money, monetary, and the choices he made in life. That's what runs him. Runs him is being wealthy, that he can point to as to what a great businessman he is, etc., etc., etc. So the energy coming into is the dark drama that he's handing out when it comes to wanting a victory in what's being shared. Okay, so apparently he seems to think he's really intelligent with what he's given out. Who knows what sort of backdoor deal he was trying to make with Putin. What's going on today, the abuse of power, the fight we have ongoing with that, figuring out the next move, and when it comes to genuine justice, the truth, okay? So we're struggling with his abuse of power and figuring out where we go from here when it comes to getting the absolute truth. The challenge is his nightmare of justice that's over his head when it comes to where it's moving to, and more investigations, okay? More investigations under the surface. Also could be investigations into how Pam Bondi is railroading justice as well. So potential outcome, we have this charging forward, the mind spin with what's being built. He's being ruled by the mind, the mental drama, and tied up. So he's ruled by this, restrictions of mind that are going on. It's spinning, but it's, he doesn't have clarity with anything. So the outside influence, the wheel is turning with a new action, being out in the cold when it comes to what he's trying to get away with, okay? Because why? Above it all, this is just too painful, where this is moving to. So let's go ahead and see. Again, outside influence, wheels turning, new action. He's out in the cold with what he's trying to get away with. Above it all, pushing his delusion. Is his delusion the energy, his dark drama? What's going on today? More abuse of power. The challenge is justice. Potential outcome, charging forward. So at the center of all this is figuring out the next move for a victory, moving forward. We're battling for the truth. What he's handing out, it's being looked into even deeper, and people are sharing about the nightmare that's going on. When it comes to a victory, he's trying to figure out a next move so he can have a victory with wealth, trying to make that deal. Okay, a victory with what's being handed out, and his overturning the truth of justice, the choices being made. He thinks her victory is to fight. So where this is moving to, figuring out the next move when it comes to the mental, what's going on with this, trying to build some justice, looking deeper into the nightmare, and struggling with his the things he's trying to railroad and cause obstructions with, basically. So let's go ahead and do a clarifying read and see what it's going to tell us about this. You know, his eye is on making money. That's it. What deal can I make? Okay, so the center of it all we have looking deeper. With things being juggled, and a new cup of abominations overflowing, being juggled, looking into it deeper. One side we have what he's trying to hide, distancing, walking away from what he's trying to hide, and it's being worked on though. So he continues to try to hide the things like, Epstein file for one, and the other thing is the dark deals he's trying to make with Putin behind the scenes. The other side of it, what's being shared. When it comes to the truth, when it comes to wanting the truth, and judgment, okay? It's about more messaging coming out about, guess what, Epstein not going away, with things up in the air, and they want this done, okay? They want a new action, and they're going to continue to charge forward with this because they want this brought out to America. So no matter what he's trying to do to spin the narrative, even making this horrendous thing up in Alaska with Putin, the Epstein files is not going away, okay? No matter what he does, no matter how he tries to distract, it's not going to happen. People are going to continue to push for that. He's a criminal, and that's it. And they're not going to back off of that, no matter what type of wrench he tries to throw in the works. Not going to happen. So on that note, I'll leave that here. We'll see you online.